It's a G-Shock watch with a face that reminds me of a car dashboard display. Today we're looking at the GD-100. What's good, bro? I'm LUISGUSTO. Welcome to another watch review. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more watch content like this and drop a comment if you own this G-Shock model. Today we are looking at the G-Shock GD-100-1B. This one is the Blackout model and it retails for $99.99. I will have a link in the description in case you want to add this G-Shock to your collection, which comes in the standard G-Shock watch packaging. It's that paperboard box with that weathered steel look and plenty of G-Shock branding. Inside a metal tin with the G-Shock watch nestled in between layers of foam. It also has an instruction manual and a G-Shock International warranty card. Let's take a look at the materials and construction of this G-Shock watch. Pretty standard for this class of G-Shock watch. You're talking resin case, resin band with the dual pin and buckle closure. The pins sit flush with the buckle and it also has a resin keeper, all colored in that classic G-Shock black. The G-Shock GD-100 measures 55 millimeters lug to lug. That's a big watch. It's got a case width of 51.2 millimeters as well as a case thickness of 17.4 millimeters, and the watch weighs 72 grams. That's William Refrigerator Perry's jersey number, by the way. Like many G-Shocks in this price range, the crystal is made from a mineral glass, which is going to be a little bit tougher than the classic resin glass you'll find on the cheaper Casio digital watches. With that said, it still will pick up scratches, so don't go willy-nilly flailing your arms and wrists everywhere along brick walls, and just don't test it. Keep it nice and scratch free if you can. This watch does not have a crown. I don't know why you would expect one. It does have 4 resin buttons, 2 on either side, and they have a nice texture. They're easy to press. Now let's take a closer look at the watch face. Along the bezel, you've got that G-Shock protection branding. All the buttons are labeled, and inside on the face, below that mineral crystal, you've got that car dashboard display look. 2 LCD screens divided by 5 circles, 3 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. On the top display, you've got the date. On the bottom, you've got, of course, the time, and you've got various functions, and the circles will tick up depending on what mode you're in. It'll show you the progression of seconds and things like that. You've got lots of labels and lots of branding on this watch face, from the Casio, illuminator, shock resistance, water resistance, the light, the start, stop, mute, signal. A lot of labels here. You're gonna have a lot of reading to do when you're using this watch. And like I said, it's a blackout watch. That includes the display, which is a negative display, and we'll talk more about that later in the watch review. And I should mention, all the labels are white except for the illuminator branding, which is in red lettering. Now let's talk features of this G-Shock watch. It's not gonna be world-changing, pretty standard functions when you're talking G-Shock watches. You've got world time with multiple cities to choose from, a stopwatch, multifunction alarm, you've got that illuminator, LED backlighting, stainless steel case back, water resistance, shock resistance, of course, meaning you could run headfirst into a brick wall with your wrist out and the watch is not gonna stop working. Not that I recommend doing that. As you would expect, it has a full auto calendar and can tell time in either 12 or 24-hour mode. But let's face it, a watch is a luxury accessory. You probably have a smartphone that's gonna cover all of this functionality and more. So when we're talking features on a digital watch, it's nice to have the timer, the stopwatch, and the alarm, but it's not strictly necessary on a day-to-day basis. That said, if you are gonna spring for a luxury accessory like a wristwatch, especially a cool sporty G-Shock watch, I would say go wild, use your imagination, utilize these features. It is a lot of fun. For example, when I'm in the gym, I like to time my workouts. I like to be very precise about my resting periods in between sets. Usually a minute to 2 minutes. I like to set that countdown timer, have those beautiful beeps going off, letting me know that it's time to pick up the weights once again. The stopwatch is also a cool feature, maybe not so useful in today's day and age, unless you're a track runner and you want to record all your laps and world records. But maybe if you're cooking and you already are using the timer on the microwave, you're already using one on your phone, you're making lots of dishes, it's a big dinner party, lots of people coming over, including your boss, whom you want to impress so you can get that promotion. Hey, you can use your G-Shock watch as an additional countdown timer to make sure that nothing burns, everything comes out perfectly cooked. The alarm is also good if you happen to wear this on your wrist and you're not so fond of the blaring phone alarm. This gives you a very gentle beep, 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 little flash alert, help get you up and start your day. Like many G-Shock watches, maybe all of them, it has an accuracy of plus or minus 15 seconds per month, meaning that it's going to be reliable. You don't have to double check at time.gov every few hours or every few weeks to make sure that your G-Shock's on track. You can just trust that it's going to be accurate. And at the end of the day, that's that one basic feature that you're hoping for in a digital watch like this. Now that we got the tech specs and features out of the way, let's check out how this G-Shock GD-100 looks on my 7.5-inch wrist. So the G-Shock GD-100 is yet another G-Shock that we're taking a look at on this channel. Drop a comment on what other models you'd like me to review, because I really love G-Shock watches. I think they're a must in any watch lover's collection. This GD-100-1B is an all black negative display model that is maybe a little bit difficult to read, but it can be a little inconspicuous while standing out at the same time. It's a good conversation starter. I like the circular design and rugged, sporty look of this watch. It does also come in a white model and a black with more red accents, though both of those models are currently sold out on Casio's website, so you might have to check eBay or some other third-party seller if you have your heart set on those colors. So let's take a closer look at the negative display of this watch. In general, I would count myself among the fans of negative displays on watches. I think they look cool, they're certainly different, as long as the screen is large and readable. So with that said, I think these LCD screens are just a touch too small. Both myself and my girlfriend agree that it's a little bit difficult to read. You can use the illuminator to light things up, and that does make the display more readable, but unless you're gonna walk around everywhere holding down that illuminator button, it's not gonna be a practical watch. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of wearing a G-Shock watch. Yeah, you wanna make a statement. Yeah, you want it to blend in with your sporty outfit. But if you can't read the display easily and take advantage of that functionality, then hey, what's the point? I would definitely go for the black watch with the regular display and the red trim, but like I said, they were sold out, so maybe in the future I can add that one to my collection. But if you don't care about reading the time or using the functionality, you're just gonna use your phone anyway, this would be a really cool watch to wear because it does have a cool factor. You could say, hey, I'm too cool to read my wristwatch. Like all G-Shock watches, it's gonna be shock resistant, it's gonna be water resistant up to 20 bar. It's gonna have those standard features like the countdown timer and the stopwatch. You can set multiple alarms, so you could take advantage, even if it might not be the most readable watch on this planet. The resin band is comfortable, and I think it's a nice looking watch for my 7.5-inch wrist. It can fit a variety of situations. Keep in mind, this is a luxury accessory. So if you are gonna spend the money and invest in a timepiece like this, make sure that you're gonna wear it. It will go with sportier outfits. I wouldn't necessarily rock this on a first date or a job interview. If you are in tech, then yeah, it can go to the office. But if you're a Wall Street trader or a real estate advisor, you may not wanna wear a watch like this. I wouldn't really wear this to the gym either, again, because it's kind of tough to read. I do like the buttons. The textured feel to them makes them easy to push. It's comfortable. It's not like the square G-Shock with the small metal buttons that I gotta use my fingernail to press. This is a perfect watch for Batman because he's always in the cave, always in the dark anyway, and I think it would fit the rest of his accessories. It's not the most basic G-Shock, so if you're only going for one G-Shock, this might not be the one to add to your collection. This is more for the G-Shock connoisseur who already has 10 or 20 G-Shock watches in his collection. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about the G-Shock GD-100. I appreciate you watching. Like this video and subscribe for more watch content just like this, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, bro.